We're here with Robert Bollinger, and this is a prototype, isn't it? It's the world's first all-electric SUV. Am I getting that correct?
Correct. We're calling it a sport utility truck because we're kind of putting the truck back into sport utility. So it can haul lots of wood. It can hold 12-foot lumber, 4x8 sheets of plywood. So we want to make it utilitarian, off-road. Just you can work hard with it or play hard with it.
And so tell me a little bit about the powertrain. I mean, it's an electric powertrain.
Yes, it's all electric. It has dual motors, so there's one motor driving each in the front and one in the back. It's a mirror of each other. 60 kilowatt-hour pack of batteries, and they're in the middle, underneath the driver's seat and the passenger seat. So with the mirrored image of everything, the power, the weight distribution is amazing.
Pretty good.
Yes, the center of gravity is basically right between the driver and the passenger.
So is this the equivalent of a four-wheel drive with the two engines, with the two motors, electric motors? Or?
Yeah, correct. Except it's all-wheel drive all the time.
All-wheel drive all the time. Yeah.
And then we have high and low range, which is a great feature for it being electric. And then you can also lock the diffs. You can disconnect the sway bar, so you can go crazy with it off-road, but it'll be also totally...
And that brings up an interesting question. We were kind of talking about this amongst ourselves earlier about going off-road with an electric vehicle and the peak torque being available, you know, pretty much, I guess, right off idle or whatever. Right. How does that impact its ability to perform off-road? Is that an advantage or a disadvantage?
No, it's a total advantage because the torque is instant. So if you're gripping and wanting to move, you don't have to get it. You don't have to. There's no delay.
Right. It's instant.
Yeah. So it's gripping right away with all of its power possible. So electric actually works really, really well for off-road.
So this is a prototype vehicle, correct?
Correct.
And so is it ready for series production, or is it just a proof of concept, or kind of where are we at with it?
Yeah, it's a proof of concept, and it's fully functional. So it's using a lot of the components that we are talking to the vendors for using in the actual production version. But we need to take it. We're optimizing it and lightweighting it for production, shoring up all our vendors. So that's going to take some time. So we're looking for production starting in 2019.
And what is the projected curb weight of it once you do all your tweaks and all that?
Around 4,000 pounds.
4,000 pounds. So that's not too terrible.
Yeah. And it's a Class 3 truck, so it's fully engineered to carry and be 10,001 pounds. So at 4,000 pounds itself, it can hold 6,000 pounds.
And is it capable of doing any sort of towing?
Yep, it can tow. So right now we're just using that. You know, if it's 4,000 pounds, it can tow 6,000 pounds.
Right.
Probably in production we'll have it working at a tow.
And so, is this sort of the concept? I mean, is this what the final production vehicle is going to look like, or do you think there are going to be changes to it? Or, I mean, I see a number of things here that definitely sort of prototype looking.
Right.
It's very attractive. But I'm just curious what changes you would make to go into series production.
Well, we wanted to keep the body panels flat and chamfers and bends to them.
It kind of almost has a classic Ford Bronco look, if you will.
Right, that's one of my favorites. So once we got into this area of this kind of shape and size, then you're in that world of Broncos and Land Rovers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm perfectly happy to be in that category.
You're okay to be in that category.
Yeah, so we wanted to make it simple and functional, and where we didn't have to pay for expensive stampings and such.
Right.
So a lot of this can be made exactly like this for production. Things like the handmade fender flares and stuff like that for the prototype. We'll have to figure out exactly
how to manufacture those. Yeah.
Stamp that. How do we make those?
Section molded or whatever.
But we're shooting for it to be very similar to flat glass. We take out the panels interchange a lot.
And how about safety features that you expect to see in a production vehicle, like airbags and the 5-mile-an-hour bumpers and all that stuff? I mean, is the idea this is a road vehicle or strictly an off-road vehicle?
No, we're classifying it to Class 3, so it'll be fully legal by federal safety standards. But Class 3 does not require airbags.
Gotcha.
So we're following exactly what the federal government mandates for the class. And but we're going to have our own safety standards. We're going to be doing all the simulated crash testing, all that kind of stuff to have our own list of what we wanted to accomplish, which standards to hit.
And so, what is your sort of production target in terms of being, you know, a consumer being able to go buy one of these?
We're looking for a limited production run in 2019. So over the next year and a half or almost 2 years, at least towards the end of 2019, is to again engineer it for production, get our vendors in place, and then get it out.
Cool. And so, what is your website if somebody wants to get more information?
BollingerMotors.com.
BollingerMotors.com.